All right, guys, this week's video is gonna be a bit bittersweet. I am gonna be getting rid of the banana boat from the channel. As you've seen in the thumbnail today, we're gonna be saying goodbye. I'm gonna be stripping all of my gear off the kayak today, and we're gonna be moving on, changing directions. I'll go over in today's video why I'm doing what I'm doing and introduce you to a new part of the channel and a new direction we're gonna be going. Y'all stick around. Before we jump into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to this week's video sponsor, and that is Bodega Coolers. If you follow my channel for a long time, you know that I absolutely love these little camp refrigerators. When we go overlanding, when we do a family camping trip, I love taking them with me. I've got their big one. It's got two big storage sides when we take the big family, but my main one that I use a lot of is their small one. This is the TWW35. It's still dual zoned. It's still got a freezer side and a fridge side you can control remotely with your phone and an app. This one even has a little cutting board that you can throw on the top and a little slot on the lid. Clean your fish right there on the riverbank, and you never have to buy ice when you've got one of these camp refrigerators, and that is my main thing. A lot of these trips we go on are deep into the woods. We go stay a couple of days. There's just no possible way we could keep ice the whole time we were there. This you don't have to, and it runs so efficiently off of just a little bit of juice. The thing that we like to do is we'll plug it up in the garage before we leave. We'll go ahead and put all of our food and drinks in it, plug it up and get it to temperature. Once it gets to that temperature that you preset it at, you can plug it up to a little Jackery source. I usually plug mine up in the bed of my truck in the back of the Tacoma, and it will just maintain that temperature. As long as you're not opening the lid and closing the lid, it really doesn't use that much power at all. So then once you get to where you're going, you can pull out the telescopic handle, roll it right down to the riverbank or wherever you're at, and you can have your food and drinks ice cold without any ice at all. So if you're interested in getting you one of these, they've got a ton of different options to choose from on their website. Use the link in the video description below, and you can also use my promo code KayakUSA, all one word. Put it in at checkout, and it'll save you 10% on any of their camp refrigerators. So thank you for sponsoring today's video, Bodega. Let's get back to it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name's TJ. Welcome to Kayak USA. So like I just said, you've seen the thumbnail. I just told you what we're doing. We are stripping down the banana boat and removing it from Kayak USA altogether, making some changes today. And just to give a little backstory of what's going on with the kayak and why I'm doing what I'm doing, if you follow me for a long time, you know that, especially when I first started here on the channel, that I started with a cheaper kayak. You know, I started fishing with, I think my very first one was a sit-in kayak from Dick's Sporting Goods. I used it, I put a graph on it. And over the last 5 or 6 years, I've been going through different stages of kayaks, just like most of you do. You start off, once you get into it, you just buy a good kayak that you think looks really good and is capable of doing things. And then as you can afford to do more things and as you can move up and upgrade your kayak, you start learning what is good about a kayak and what's bad about a kayak. You know, what you don't want versus what you do want. Now, these are just my opinions in today's video, but you know how what people say about opinions, right? So this is my opinions, and I'm gonna tell you what I think about this kayak and what I've been wrong about with you guys. So for the last couple of years, I've been running these Hobies. Absolutely love my Hobies. The one before this one was the Hobie PA12, the little banana boat, and then we upgraded to the big banana boat. And I've been telling you guys for a very long time that these are the cream of the crop. Hobie Pro Anglers for kayak fishing, and this is my opinion, remember guys. But in my opinion, the Hobie Pro Angler 14 is the cream of the crop fishing kayak. It is stable. You can't beat their drive system. A lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but in my opinion, I have used both. I have been through both drive systems, I mean, and you just can't beat their drive system. They were the first at, you know, actually building a correct fishing kayak with the stability, with the lengths, with the storage, with the capabilities of this boat. Yes, they're big and heavy, but everyone who's getting into this kayak fishing stuff, they're rigging these boats out. I mean, you can see I've got a huge trolling motor on the front. I've got a Garmin unit. I've got a Dakota Lithium 100 amp hour battery on the back of this boat. they're not really made to be lightweight anymore. I'm not throwing this on the top of my truck or on the top of my car. I'm running it on a trailer. So I want this thing to be able to fish more like a bass boat, but out of a kayak. So what I'm making the change today is I was wrong. This is not the most efficient kayak for bass fishing. This kayak, you know, like I said, I've been through a lot of them. This is not it. I've found another one and we're making a change today. And this is gonna shock a lot of you guys, but yes, I was wrong. This is not the best kayak on the market for bass fishing anymore. It had its time, it's still a great kayak, but this 2018 Hobie Pro Angler 14 Mirage Drive 180 is not it. Let me show you guys what we're switching to. This is my new kayak for 2023. So big shocker there, yes I know. And before you keyboard warriors hop down in the comments and start saying that I am saying all of this about Hobie because I'm sponsored by them, I am most certainly not sponsored by Hobie at the moment. Now Hobie, feel free to pick me up, shout, you know, give me a holler, give me an email. It's all linked in the video description below. I would love to partner up with you because I am genuinely being honest with you guys about the progression of my fishing through the kayak years and what I have landed on as being the best kayak on the market. Now, I'm not saying that other kayaks are no good. I'm not saying that they're trash. I'm just saying fishing-wise for me, rigging out a kayak, being able to get the most use out of a kayak and the fishability out of it, this has been the best one. Now, I know you guys are thinking that I'm just switching from one Hobie Pro Angler 14 to another. Yes, this is a Hobie Pro Angler 14, but this is the Hobie Pro Angler 14 360. So there's a couple of big differences between this one and the banana boat, and I'll go over it with you really quick if you don't know. I mean, most of you probably already do know, but the difference in the 360 and the 180 drive is right here. Let me show you. This is for my Mirage Drive banana boat. I've got a forward and a reverse. This is the fins, and it works great. When I want to go backwards, I just pull one of these cords right here, the reverse one, and I can immediately spin this around and go backwards. Works really good. This is the drive for the 360. And the difference is when I pop this down into the kayak, I've got a knob on the handrail over here, and I can actually move this kayak any direction that I want to go. I can go forward, I can go backward.
And go sideways and slant ways and long ways and back ways and square ways and front ways.
You can literally just go in a circle in the water all by turning a hand dial right beside the seat. You still got your rudder controls, you still got your skeg that you can pop down and deploy up under it, but this drive system makes it so if I don't want to run the XI3, if I'm going somewhere where I just don't want to take it with me, I can still get the ultimate fishing out of this kayak by using this 360 drive. We can go around docks, we can go in and out of docks. You can literally aim at a bunch of docks on the side of a bank, you know, and if you're looking down these docks, I can aim at them, turn my drive sideways, and as I pedal, we can literally just go sideways down these docks and cast on them and cast on them and cast on them without having to do anything with your hands. You don't have to operate a trolling motor or anything like that just by using this 360 drive. So that's reason number one why I'm making the change to this kayak. Reason number two is they've got an extra, and I'll give you guys an up-close walk around, but there's an extra pull cord here on this one versus the banana boat. So you've got your rudder, you've got your skeg, you've got your seat, but this one has a fourth one, and it is for the transducer mount. So these 360s have a recessed transducer, so when you want to drop down to get your side scan, you can literally pull a cord and it will drop the transducer down below the boat. And when you're like that, they have a kick-up option on them. So if I run over a stump or if I hit a sandbar or something like that, instead of it damaging the the transducer, it will just push it back up into the slot into the boat, and then once you clear the structure in the water, it will just drop right back down. So no issues of it tearing it up or anything like that. You don't have to run a big guard on it. See, right now I think I run on the banana boat, I'm running, I think it's called the Burley Pro, and it's just a big guard, and I'm having to just kind of cover up my transducer with it, but it still sticks down into the water, and if you do pull up on a bank or a boat ramp or something, it is sticking out and it can damage, you know, just the cover, but it keeps the transducer safe, I guess. But with this, we won't need that because I'll be able to pull up my transducer and drop the transducer with no problems. So I picked this one up. Yes, it is used. This is not a brand new kayak. I did some wheeling and dealing with a guy, and I was able to make the deal with him this week. And another plus that comes with this one is this. This one comes with a Garmin 93 SV, which is the same unit that I've already got on the banana boat. So you dang right, we're fixing to be running dual setups, and when I get the live scope, we're gonna have one of these monitors set up for the live scope and the other one is gonna be set up for traditional. Yes, it is probably overkill to a lot of you guys for kayak fishing, but if I've got it and I can do it, I'm gonna rig this thing up to be the ultimate kayak fishing kayak. I am gonna just set the camera up today and just film me moving some stuff over. We're gonna change over everything that we can swap from the banana boat to this boat. Is I don't want to take anything that's going to leave holes in the boat. Like obviously we can't swap the marine mat over, so I'm going to have to redo the marine mat system on this, order me a new deck kit for it, and I might even do a video if you guys are interested in installing it on this new boat. But we can't swap that over, so that's going to stay on the banana boat. The Yak Power stuff I'm probably going to leave on that one. Gonna see if I can just order me a whole new setup and just install it on this kayak, but I don't want to be out of the water too long because I am part of some monthly tournaments that are going on right now. So I've got to make a change. If I'm gonna fish out of the banana boat this month, I need to leave everything on there. But if I'm swapping it, which I'm just gonna start swapping everything today, I need to get everything on this boat and have it ready to fish by this weekend so that I can get back out on the water. So I'll show you guys an up close of the boat really quick, and then we're gonna set the camera up, pull them side by side, and start swapping stuff over. Let's do it. So here she is. This is really an unmolested kayak. He hasn't done any major mods to it that would affect anything. He did add the bucket, option, which everybody does that. With the Hobies, they take out the little tray holder and they add the bucket. He did already do that. Here's the transducer that I was talking about. So we've got the transducer pull, we got our rudder pull, and then on this side, we've got our skeg, and we've got our kickstand for our seat, which you know that we're gonna be modifying that kickstand like we did in the banana boat, because now instead of it adjusting the seat when we pull it, it's gonna deploy our XI3 trolling motor. So we'll have to do that mod to it. The back is all stock. I mean, there's really nothing added to this boat that changed it from being like brand new. He's got the hookups here for the Garmin. The front, I mean, he hasn't even done the bungee cord mod yet this is like the first one that everybody does. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you over here on the banana boat. This, instead of having the bungees come across, everybody changes it and swaps it over to just one single bungee that goes across and locks down the lid like that so you don't have anything crossing it. So yeah, today I'm fixing to pull the kayak. We're gonna take our H-rail off. We're gonna swap everything that we can over. I might even just swap the seat so I don't have to do any, my Blue Dot cooler and my kayak cushion and my remote, all of that one's on that one. So I might just swap the seat over with that. And yeah, can y'all hear these chickens? Look how big these guys have gotten. They're in here throwing down with each other right now. If you follow the channel, you know a couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a video when we first got these guys. We're brooding them right now. So if you've heard birds the whole time in the video, I'm sorry, but we gotta wait for a couple more weeks until they're big enough to stick in the big coop we got built out back. But yeah, anyway, let's set up the camera. I'm gonna start swapping stuff over and see if we can get this new Hobie rigged out today. And just like that, the new rig is fully rigged and operational. And I am exaggerating completely. This is 3 days later. It has taken me forever to get everything swapped over, and I still don't have everything swapped over. I'm gonna go over with you exactly how I have it set up right now, the things that I have on order for the kayak to finish rigging it out. I contacted a few companies so that I don't have to swap certain things off from the banana boat to this one. But what I'm gonna do real quick is walk you through my new setup. I did change some stuff up. As you can see, I've got my dual Garmin's. They are set up, ready for me to get that live scope hooked up to it so we can start running the live scope, doing some crappie fishing off this thing. I can't wait. But yeah, I'll show you this one really quick, and I'll show you the banana boat and how sad she looks. She actually don't look sad. She's just naked right now. And it kind of broke my heart breaking it down. It took me so long to swap over these mods that I've done, the trolling motor, the power, the lights, and all that stuff. And I didn't feel like it was gonna take that long because I did it to the, you know, my yellow boat, my banana boat is what I've been calling it. I did those mods one at a time over the last 2 years on videos with you guys. So trying to do it all at the same time, it was kind of a headache. So this is day 3. I've been working on it every single day when I got home from work, but yeah, here she is. I'll go over everything with you, how she's set up and what I really am gonna enjoy about it, the things that I changed just a little bit from my other one, because you know, once you rig one up, you learn how you want it or where you would rather had something and stuff like that. But anyway, let me show you the boats real quick. All right, we'll start with the old banana boat here. So as you can see, the marine mat is still in great shape, actually. I did clean this boat up when I got done stripping it down to, you know, almost factory. I've got my cart stuck back in it because we did swap the boondocks over to the new green boat. Everything cleaned up really good. So I did leave the little puck lights that are in here. I am gonna put a battery system in here because I didn't wanna strip all of this stuff, like my gauges and my USB ports and stuff like that, because you know, I didn't wanna leave big gaping holes in the boat. There are a few holes that I ordered a plug kit for that we're gonna replace. But yeah, she's naked. No more motor on the front. But as you can see, this marine mat has lasted and weathered very well to this kayak. I mean, I do take care of my stuff, so it is, you know, kind of babied. I do keep it in the garage. It's not left outside and stuff. But you can see this marine mat's 2 years old on here, and all I had to do was give her a good wipe down, and she looks brand new again. I did leave a few of the mods in here, like I do got a bucket in here still. You see the big hole here where I removed the yak power system. I do have a new panel ordered. I wanted to go ahead and get it swapped over to the new boat, so I ordered the new stuff. It'll go on here, and this one will be ready to go when I get done. Yeah, this is her. She looks like she did when I first got, well, minus the marine mat and the couple of little mods and stuff that are on it, but she's back to her old normal self. Now, let's get over here to the new fella. So this, we've got to think of a name for it. It is a green and black camo edition Hobie Pro Angler 14360. As you can see, I went ahead and did the motor guide on the front, got my XI3 mounted up. I did swap over my lights, and I'll show you. I moved my yak power system to the dash right here up under the 2 Garmin's. And if you hit the bow light or the B, as you can see, I did swap over my running lights, and they look good on there. I am ready to hit the water now, guys. I'm so excited to try this boat out. I can't wait to try out this 360 drive right here. It's gonna be awesome. Got the Garmin set up, and I set them up right now. They're just kind of paired together, and I had to order a cable. If you know anything about Garmin's, when you can actually link these together and only use one transducer. So right now I've got the one transducer in here, but I got it set up so when you hit the number 1, both of them should power on at the exact same time. And until I get the live scope, my plan is to run one of these on my traditional, and one of these will be like side imaging, down scan, and stuff like that. I think it'll work out really well, but it's not gonna be long before I do add the live scope. It's a lot of money. I want the new live scope plus, and I hate to say it, but I think selling the banana boat is what is going to actually fund the live scope, because it's a lot of money to drop in it, and I can't fish out of 2 kayaks. I'm gonna clean this guy up right here and list it for sale. So if anybody out there is interested, I could make them a decent deal on this. It'll come with a Mirage drive set up just like this. I am gonna have a power panel put in it so you can operate the lights and the USB stuff, and there'll be a little lithium battery put in it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sell the banana boat so that I can fund the live scope setup for this boat. I really wanna get it set up so that we can get on the water, get this thing fully rigged so we can do some serious crappie fishing. I really like my kayak cushion right here because I bought the green one not knowing that, you know, when I ordered the green one, I just liked the OD green look, but it looked so weird against this yellow boat, and now it fits perfect. It was like it was meant to be. It knew that I was gonna be getting this green kayak. Got everything rigged up back here, went ahead and drilled my holes, added my ports and stuff so that I could run my battery system. I got my Dakota lithium 100 amp hour battery in there still. I swapped my bucket over to here, and I still am running my other Dakota lithium. If you can see it right there, I got my 23 amp hour. That's what is running all of this right here. My lights, my power ports, my Garmin's, all of these guys are set up running off of that Dakota lithium in the middle there. I went ahead and mounted my box up under the seat for the tackle storage. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is one of my favorite mods this year. This box right here. Oh, I got something behind it, don't I? That box right there, one of the best mods I've done so far. And recently, I've done this. I know you guys might ask after I film this video, see how I got these? I've already got this little holder here, but I added it so that I could run two more, one on each side, and it kind of fit perfectly. And I can reach down here and grab it and pull it off, and I've got my terminal tackle. And all I did was put some heavy duty Velcro on the back of this. Then I got a piece right here, and I literally just pop it down here and go. Why does this thing keep beeping at me? Okay, it's trying to connect. I do have to upgrade the software on the new one that I got. The guy I got it from, he hadn't upgraded it yet, so I do have to do all the updates today. But yeah, I'm loving this thing, man. I can't wait to take it out. I mean, basically, it should fish exactly like that one over there, except for this one is gonna have the 360 drive and the transducer. Let me turn all this off really quick. And I did wanna show you, I don't know if I'll be able to show you up under here. Nah, you probably can't see it up under there, there's not enough light. But I wanted to show you guys that drop down transducer mount. Why does this thing, all right, I'm cutting you guys off. They keep screaming at me. But yeah, I've got my power mounted up. I'm glad that I ended up putting the power port on the side of my Dakota lithium box here for my camera, because remember when I did this mod a couple of weeks ago, I almost put this port in the side of the kayak and ran the wires and stuff like that. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I was able to do it like this, because at the time I didn't know I was getting this boat. I didn't find the deal on it until, you know, just last week is when I found the guy that had this thing, and I was able to work up a deal with him. So man, I can't wait to try this thing out. I'm so ready. It's gonna be so much different editing videos now, because I'm so used to seeing this bright yellow boat in the footage when I'm editing, seeing this green one, which I do gotta say, I think I like that green and black camo a lot better than the old traditional yellow here. I think it's gonna look really good behind the truck. So one of the companies that I did talk to, I contacted them yesterday. They're wanting to work with me again on this boat, and that is gonna be the marine mat system. So, you know, I left the marine mat, the gray and black one over there on that boat. You can't really swap them over as two different year models, and you don't really want to pull it up and try to re-stick it. So I contacted Marine Mat. They want to make a custom one for me, and this thing, they sent me the design over yesterday, and I approved the design on it, and it looks freaking amazing. I can't wait to do the install, so be on the lookout for an install video very soon. Once they get it cut out and shipped out to me, I'll go ahead and plan that video, but we'll do a full Marine Mat installation. Now this will be the full kit. The marine mat will cover just about every inch of the top of this boat. It's gonna cover from one end to the other, almost like the kit that we put on that one, but it's got a few extra pieces because this one's shaped just a little bit different. But yeah, the design is freaking awesome. I can't wait to see how it turns out in person, actually on the kayak. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you can see that video. Hopefully it'll come out very soon. They've already got the approval on the design. They started cutting it out yesterday, so any day now. We're gonna get that. I will have to strip the kayak down just a little bit, not everything off of it, but we'll have to, you know, take the seat and the motor and stuff like that off so that we can clean it down and start laying the design out and sticking all the pad down. But this thing is going to look amazing when I get done with it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you're interested in purchasing the old 2018 Hobie Pro Angler 14, AKA the banana boat, hit me up in the comments below. I am in Northeast Alabama, so I'm not gonna deliver it or ship it or anything like that, but if you're close enough and you wanna reach out to me and see if you're interested in purchasing it, let me know, and maybe one of you guys can end up with it. My 12, one of you guys ended up with my 12 when I sold it, and Jason actually still uses it, I believe. So hit me up if you're interested in that one. We'll see what we can work out there. Yeah, and when I do sell it, we're gonna be doing an install video of this live scope. I really, really, really want to put live scope on here this year. I'd love to have it on here this spring so that I really want to do some crappie fishing in this thing. I haven't done it yet. It's a blast out of a regular boat, and I think it'll be even more fun doing it from a kayak. So yeah, y'all stick around for that. And that is gonna do it for this week's video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you're interested in one of those Bodega car refrigerators or camp fridges, the link is in the video description. Don't forget to use that promo code, and I will catch you guys next Thursday at 2 o'clock. Peace.